What's up? How are y'all doing, FBC fam? I hope you are all staying safe and entertained and not going too crazy in this quarantine. I know it's definitely a different spring than you probably imagined for this year. Lots of sports and things getting canceled, but I think it's just really important to take a second every day and pause and remember that God is good and He is in control. And yeah, so I'm a senior in high school this year, which is kind of crazy. I'm graduating, I think. But I've always kind of thought about what's next for me. You know, I gotta get that ACT score, and what school do I want to go to, and what do I want to study, what do I want to do with my life. And so it's kind of been a very constant reminder of, hey, you gotta know what's next. And God's been teaching me, hey, focus on me right now. I'm here, focus on me, work on your relationship with me. And I think that's great because we have all of this time to spend time in the Word, read the Bible. I just repeated that, but it's okay. Pray, work on your relationships with your families. Things like that maybe we were too busy to do, or maybe we didn't spend enough time doing. I think it's awesome to kind of reset your priorities a little bit as you have all of this time. And I also wrote a speech this year, starting in the fall, for Speakers Tournament, which is a competition for scholarships. And I picked a topic, and it was living for Him in a world that's all about me. So as I'm writing this speech and memorizing it and presenting it, it kind of hit me that this is very relevant today, because we kind of just are focused on ourselves. And especially right now, it's focusing on how can you help others, which is really cool. I love that. And so it's like, hey, stay home, keep other people safe, check on your grandparents, don't go around them so you don't expose them if you have it. How can you help your elderly neighbors or people who can't get out? Can you get them groceries? Like, that is such a interesting thing that we've never had the time for, really. So don't waste the time that you've been given. God's given us all of this time to spend with each other and spend with Him, even if we can't see each other. So don't waste the time. I know it may not be what you want, but really use this time to get right with God and get a good routine of getting in the Word, because that's super important. Also, I read this verse that I think really applies, and it's Isaiah 41:10, and it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand." This gives me a lot of peace and a lot of comfort, and I hope it gives you a lot of peace and a lot of comfort. I also saw this thing that says that the Bible has 365 verses that talk about don't be afraid, which is basically a daily reminder to not be afraid, not be anxious. So think about that when you wake up and you're like, dang, I can't go to school actually today, or here's what would have been happening today. Don't be afraid, don't be anxious. God's got this in control. I love y'all, and I hope y'all stay safe. Bye!